Hello, my name is Jaylin. Today I will be talking about something that is on the more negative side of conversation. It's overlooked, and people are probably too shy to talk about, in my opinion at least. I hope this issue is not something that everyone has to deal with, but also resonates with people who have had to deal with this in today's time or at least grew up with in general. I grew up with thinking that everything was my fault. Everything. Didn't matter what I did, um, or at least I was an enabler to the problem. It, like I said, didn't matter what I did or if I was involved. I always felt the need to apologize. At the time, I didn't know why I felt like that. Hell, I was a kid and everyone around me, I was older. I figured that they all knew better because they did have a significant amount of years on me. Um, it wasn't until recently that I realized that, hey, we're all adults here. We can all agree to disagree without invalidating each other's feelings. Now, most of the time, it happens like that where we can have a civil conversation, but I've also had some interesting talks where they had to be right. Um, it don't mind having hard talks with people, but don't invalidate me for not agreeing with you. I am open and open-minded to listening to your opinions and your viewpoints, then why can't I get the same treatment? It's a pet peeve of mine that I recently noticed, and it's just something I can't stand. It's refusing to acknowledge anyone else. As I said before, I did not realize until I was older that disagreements or arguments were supposed to be mutual. I was also told that it was part of my culture. You can't pick and choose which parts you want to be a part of. A direct quote. um, Even though I knew what was happening, I didn't do anything. I let myself be cut off or talked over because I was too young to argue, and I didn't want to be disrespectful because it was disrespectful to argue or anything like that. And where I was too young to have an opinion on the matter. It eventually taught me that I wasn't allowed to have opinions. There was no point in arguing, and it was my fault because they needed someone or something to blame besides themselves. Um, in the present time, however, I always make sure to get my point across and to keep an open mind. I might have to I might have been aware of the ignorance, but the real change happened when I was stood my ground and I was able to stay, hey, I'm still talking. Um, I do my best now to hear out different opinions and viewpoints, even if it's not this, if the same is not done for me. Um, I want to do my part in a conversation where listening is mutual. Refusing to acknowledge a perspective that contrasts yours is one, hypocritical, and two, it's always been an issue of mine, and I'm still working on it, but hopefully I am getting better at doing so.